welcome to another episode of Chatty Broads with Becca and Jess.
That is a
ice cold
Miller Lite.
It's the best. It's so crisp.
Man, I'm gonna take another sip.
It's glacial.
It's extremely glacial. Like that's right on the. The other day, I threw a bottle of wine in the freezer and forgot about it. But I then I remembered it right as it was like turning freezing. So I got it, and the white wine had like little crystals of ice in it. Just ever so slightly. That was the absolute best glass of wine I've ever had in my life.
We need to time that, and then
we need to time exactly what it is, and just because you need to grab it right as there's a thin sheet of ice, so that you move it a little bit and it dissolves. But then it's so cold.
Something I've always wanted to do is ice fish.
Oh, where you cut a hole?
Yeah, but imagine how ice cold your beers could be if you were just like, you don't need to bring a cooler. You can just like cut a little dimple
and you put them in.
Just little like 6-pack ring. Just drop it in there. And they're in the ice water, but the plastic rings like holding them in place. Oh fuck!
I like this idea. Very niche. You'll sell like 100 a year, but
and you just sit in a little tent with your friends.
It's really cold though. You're on ice,
dude. The tents though, you drop those curtains down.
Yeah.
And just have like a little stove fire in there.
Okay.
You're fine, dude. You're chilling.
I like the fishing. I like the chilling.
Play poker and catch a fish. I'm not a big
cold guy.
Be in a sick ass parka, dude.
Yeah, get like a nice parka.
A crazy ass parka. Super tech.
High end.
Like just some full head to toe Arc'teryx shit.
What's that? Is that a brand?
It's like a really nice outdoor brand, yeah. But then like get some real nice footwear.
Ooh.
Well, you're just cozy, dude.
You're just cozy. But you can't get a fire going while you're on ice. Isn't that like sketchy? Aren't you gonna break through?
Not if the ice is thick enough. It won't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can just light a fire on top of it.
Right on top of it.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not burning. Heat rises.
That's true.
So it's not like burning, through
down
fucking like 27 inches of ice.
But hot. Yeah, I guess if it's that thick, right?
Yeah.
I'd be sketched. I'd be like sketched to be like, dude, like if you crack through and fall in this thing, you're done.
Like ice like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's so crazy. Yeah, dude. I mean, ice water. You hear about people falling into ice water, and your whole body's like
hypothermia, and you have clothes on, so then you're like weighted down,
and you're like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all set.
No,
I'm all set on the fish. Hey, you guys have a good time. I'm not gonna bother you, fish.
Bro,
I'm gonna be back at the cabin chilling.
The hole you cut
ripping
to
Miller
get
Lights.
That fish is like this big. Like you're not gonna. Your leg could fall in. Yeah, but back in the day, they didn't have the fucking machines.
You had just like the corkscrew kind of thing.
Crank that shit.
This is
some fucking old school. That's some grandpa work right there.
Yeah, you hungry? Go
fishing. You just get like,
yeah.
Rub the hands.
That's like, you know what I never understood was the whole spit in your hand and like handshake thing. That
never got that either. It's disgusting.
Imagine being like, all right, brother, but I'd be like,
on the spot, or the tin can to spit all your fucking dip into, like, and then you just have
ping. I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago,
and then people would kick it over.
Yeah. Bong water.
It's so gross, dude. I'm
Sunday morning cartoons.
God.
Ping. Dude, the other day I was tripping. So like Ember's at that age too, like when it comes to shows where you're like, you start looking. Well, first of all, we were just on like the different Disney ones looking at all the old shows. And me and Jess were like, oh my gosh, there's like, like Lizzie McGuire and all these old shows. And you're just kind of like, you're turning them on for a second just to be like, what was this show
There's
like?
so much content on Disney Plus. It's crazy.
It's like the thing that I am blown away by like how rude these old shows were. Like, dude, this is like shows for like maybe 3rd, 4th graders. And the shows are like, you're ugly and you're this and you're just stupid and you're annoying. Like they're so mean to each other. And like the kids are catty and rude and like insensitive and insulting and dude. And it's just like, oh my gosh, dude, the stuff we used to ingest when we were kids, like no wonder why like we were so like, it's just crazy how mean these shows are.
This generation that we aren't a part of is woke.
They're so nice though to each other.
We were asleep, bro. We were dead ass asleep.
Well, the thing is about the new culture is like bullying doesn't seem to be like people seem to be more aware of like the effects of bullying and they're less grouped up towards like jocks only. Like I'm hearing now about
in like a totally different way.
It's like online and stuff, but like I'm also just hearing about like kids who are like, oh yeah, like I'm friends with the quarterback and my other best friend's the math guy, and like that was never the case when we were kids. It was like jocks, stoners. You know what I mean? Like it was like there were groups, or the musician kids, the like scene kids. Like it was like,
but also things you got bullied for, like when we were kids, which would be like giving a shit about anything,
caring, being like having interest.
Now, if you don't do it enough, you're getting bullied,
right?
Because the kids who are caring about everything are just bullying the shit out of these other kids who don't give a fuck about anything at all. Yeah,
like it was super cool back in the day to be like, I don't know.
That was the goal.
It was just like, dude, I don't even try about anything. I don't care.
About nothing.
I'm shredded. I don't even work out. Like that was the thing. I just play this guitar. Who knows? I don't even try.
I mean,
you think I care?
Why do I care who's president? It's all the same, dude. It's all just a game.
Or if a girl or a guy liked you, it would be like, I don't care if she likes me. I'm not talking to her.
You want to know the ultimate way to girls go crazy if you act like you don't care about them at all.
That was huge in like 2005. It was all about like ignoring the person you're into, and they'll hopefully like you back.
It 1000% works.
As long as they like you. I mean,
it works for guys. It works on girls. We want the thing we can't have, dude.
Hey, man.
We want the hey.
I don't care. You think I care, Taylor? I don't care.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just so funny to look back and see that. Now it's like, and then my brother, when he went to high school, it was like far less like that. It was a lot more like, oh yeah, we're friends with all of each other, and there's no groups anymore, and like
we could watch high school movies from like the 60s and 70s and be like, yeah,
same, similar.
Now you watch it and you're like, this is so gross.
It's like it's so gross.
But that's what I'm saying. We were dead ass asleep.
We were asleep. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I was at a wedding.
Dude, you like weddings?
I do like weddings.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Weddings are awesome.
You just got to celebrate two people so in love that they want to have a celebration about it.
And as long as they follow the guidelines that we set before them, it will be a good time.
It'll be fantastic.
How was this one?
This one was... a destination wedding, which is always fun.
Where was it?
In Hood River, Oregon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's like an hour 15 outside of Portland.
Okay, so it's like rural and beautiful.
Big outdoors town right on the Columbia River.
Did you guys stay at like a hotel nearby or like cabins or something?
We did Airbnb with some friends.
Oh, cool.
But we turned it into an adventure. So instead of just hanging around Hood River, which is open bottle.
The city.
You can walk
around. You can just
walk
around with open beers and stuff. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Just wild. We went river rafting.
Oh, dude, river rafting's so
fun. Which
fun.
Becca organized. Thanks, babe.
So fun.
It was so much fun. I was against it up until the very last minute.
Until you were on the boat.
I was like, I can't believe we're really fucking doing this. Like, are we even bringing snacks? Who has snacks? Like, are we going to have to bring a lunch on the fucking riverboat? I was like, that situation. And then I was like, how cold is this shit going to be? And it was like, oh, we have to wear wetsuits.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh my God. And then it was the most fun.
Right.
And we went with like a handful of my friends, and it was so fun. Such a crucial bonding experience too.
Did you do like the training and stuff where like before they walk you through all the pattern, and then when you're on, did you have to go, okay, everyone lean to the left, and then just jump across the side and then jump to the right.
Into the middle.
Yeah.
And then you're doing all that. We were sitting at the front, me and my buddies, and like we were like, let's repeat all the orders. So she'd be like, 2 on the left, and all of us would probably go 2 on the left.
Yeah. Yeah. like a pirate ship.
Yeah. We did it all day. We it's so funny.
That's awesome.
We rode the bull where you sit on the front of the raft and then you go down the rapids just holding on to those.
That's cool.
It was really fun.
That's really fun.
We got to jump off a bridge. We pulled over. There's a bridge we could jump off of, which was sick because they were like, the water level's too high for us to rush this waterfall. The waterfall was like 8 feet. And we were like, bro, we got this. Like, let's do it. Just fucking go, dude. And they were like, no, people die on this waterfall like every year. We were like, this isn't even like a big ass waterfall. And they were like, there's like the way the bottom is shaped.
Suck you under and stuff.
It'll just create this vacuum and just keep you under there. And we were like, Seriously.
I don't
Like,
trust you, guy.
Seriously, they were like, no, like a handful of people die every year.
Wow.
Like kayakers, like all this stuff. And they were just like, we're like, nah, for real, like this land doesn't look that big, whatever. Anyway, with like next day after the wedding, we're talking to the Airbnb hosts and we brought it up and they were like, oh, did you guys go over the waterfall? We were like, no, they said the water level's too high. And they go, yeah, when the water level's too high, like people die like every year, like that thing just sucks you under and whatever. And we were like, oh, for real. Like, I'm glad we didn't
die.
I was like, yeah, we got people who aren't the river rafting company being like, oh yeah, no, for sure.
You shouldn't have died. Yeah.
But the waterfall wasn't that big.
Like it was so unintimidating looking.
Yeah. I was like, there's absolutely no
Like there's no way, even if I fell out, I could just swim to the side or whatever.
Like it's like people look at huge ass waves and certain be like, no, absolutely no way. And you're like, it's actually not. Like you just go sideways and you just pop out.
There's probably just a lot of people that are not strong swimmers.
And you're back up in the. Yeah, but
you know what I mean? So if you're just not a strong swimmer and you're not from a like beach town like we are, where we know how to deal with riptides and waves,
but there's
probably
nothing
people that get like sucked under and are just like lost.
But they were like, no, like you go under there and you're under there for like minutes and minutes and minutes because the force of the water just keeps sucking you into this like pattern.
Oh my gosh!
And you're there like you don't get out of it. And our buddy was talking to us like apparently a few of them are into whitewater rafting up in Portland.
Yeah,
and so they're going a lot. And they were like, no, like we went down a waterfall and like no matter how hard we tried to paddle the raft to get away, all of a sudden you'd hit like a point like 6 feet away from it and it'd suck you right back into it. And they were just like, he said for like 25 minutes, they were just like trying to row out of this waterfall.
That's terrifying.
And it was like 6 feet. It wasn't like a massive.
Whoa.
It was just how the water moves. I don't understand it at all.
It's like creating this vortex that's so powerful.
Yeah. And that's what I was like, fuck, I don't want anything to do with that.
No, I'm all set.
Rivers are, dude, they're talking like don't stand up in the river.
Right, you get sucked.
Because you could hook your foot under a rock and then the water's just pushing you back forward. So you're just bending like nose.
I was talking to a buddy about this who lives in San.
And you can't fight it. You can't get up. So it just pushes you forward and drowns you.
I was talking to a buddy who lives in Sacramento.
Fuck that.
He lives on the water in Sacramento, on the river. And he was like, yeah, we don't really go in the river much. And I was like, why? He's like, because people literally will just like step, hit a root, their leg will get stuck, it'll take them and just pin them, and then they're dead. And it's like, he's like 5 to 6 people die a year. It's like, oh my gosh.
Fuck that.
Like, that's crazy.
I think we should fucking fill in all the rivers.
We should cement all rivers.
All of them, dude.
This is a decree.
5 to 6 people a year on like small rivers. They're murdering people. And
like,
I think we should seal them up. What they are is out of control.
They're out of control and we're done with it.
You know, they also flood. The audacity.
Yes, the audacity to not only kill people, but then to flood into people's homes.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough of rivers.
I'm over it, dude. And they're muddy. The bottoms of them are muddy.
Squishy.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's disgusting. If you're used to sand, it's literally one of the grossest.
Dude, it really is.
Step into a little muddy river.
How gross is it when you go to a river, when you go to a lake? That you're like, oh, I've never been to this. Let me stop. It's kind of nice. And then you see it's all pretty. And then you go down and you just go into soot. And it's just leeches. Like, oh, it's so
just
gross.
Just that and leeches. Just blood-sucking leeches.
Dude, lakes are hit and miss because of that.
Mm-hmm. If I don't ever have to touch the bottom of the lake,
then we're good.
We're having a good day.
Wakeboarding, jump in the middle, great. Very few lakes are beautiful to walk into. A lot of times they are gross. There's slimy like reeds and stuff.
My grandfather retired on a lake, so I grew up going to a lake.
How was that lake?
Well, they maintained their shoreline like all the time with pea gravel. So you don't get sand.
They put gravel in the water.
Shitloads of pea gravel because no one wants to touch the fucking bottom of the lake.
Because it's always weeds and
you have to go out with a rake. And you have to rake all the weeds and then drop new pea gravel and all throughout the year. It'll just keep growing. You just go out there like every week and you have to rake the weeds out. And you make like everyone makes a little pile of them. Then they dry out and you can burn them. But you have to maintain it to have a nice shoreline
kind of
experience.
Beachy experience. Wow.
So my grandfather and all his neighbors, they were very adamant about it. Was always a nice shoreline right there. And then everyone's pier went to the drop-off point, so you could dive in
and not be in the muck,
and then swim, and then when you put your feet down, you're on gravel.
It's very nice.
Yeah, fucking disgusting to anyone who didn't maintain their.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Slime city.
I had, dude, and your feet when you're in there for so long, your feet get soft, And I had an experience in Florida. Of course it's in Florida, where I like stepped on some kind of like root and it just stabbed all the way into like my foot. It like ran sideways through the bottom of my foot. It didn't go like in, like, you know, bottom to top. It went along the bottom, but I had like a 4-foot splinter of some weird like water thing. And it just like went straight through because everything was so soft. And I was like, what the hell? Like, why are you going to step down on the ground and just get like,
and that's
like how many
reasons
things do I have to be concerned of? I'm already in Florida, so I'm freaked out about water moccasins, crocodiles,
snakes.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, just like all kinds of bad things. And then what got me was fucking one of the plants, and the under 4 inches underneath the top layer of the.
Now I will say this about Florida:
symmetry of the fucking lake.
I would love to go on one of those boats that has the huge fans.
The fan boats, yeah.
It's like, what? I've never been on one of those. Those seem fun. And they like
Just wear
rip
boots,
through the lagoons.
dude.
Have you been through on one of those before?
No, I've
look
always
fun.
wanted to.
Huge ass fan. That
Just
looks
wear
amazing.
big ass fucking boots.
Yeah, I'm just trying to boot up.
Fan boat would be so tight.
And they go ripping through like the swamps and stuff.
Yeah, would you wear like a cut off camo button
Dude,
down?
I would rock straight up Oakleys.
Wraps. I would want the Oakleys that go from the back of your head all the way forward.
Yeah, those are like the Vin Diesel
Riddick.
ones.
If you were driving,
I love that movie, by the way. Do you like the movie Riddick?
It's incredible.
Dude, the Chronicles of Riddick, and what's the prequel to Chronicles and Riddick?
I don't know the prequel.
Pitch Black. You don't know the movie Pitch Black?
I don't think I've seen Pitch Black.
Bro, it's the best one. It's like the one that Vin Diesel did that they made Chronicles of Riddick. That's the second one, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see Pitch Black.
I think it's called
ASAP.
Pitch Black. Yeah, it's so good.
If you're driving the fan boat, you can wear those. Those are sick driving goggles.
Dude, remember Oakleys?
Yes, I remember Oakleys.
No, but I mean, like, it was a thing.
Yeah,
like, Oakleys were like a thing. People had
you know how
Oakleys.
collectible those are right now?
Is Oakley still a company?
They're like silver. Yes, bro. The silver wrap glasses.
Remember the clear ones?
Oakley's still a company, bro. You play golf all the time.
Oakley's not in the golf world.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I've never met anyone who wears an Oakley anything or has Oakley hat or Oakley short. Nothing. No one. Dude, bro, I don't know who you're golfing with, but real golfers don't rock Oakley,
is like
bro.
a massive company still. They're like a major sponsor in like all fucking
I've never
sports.
even seen Oakley anywhere in like
You've
a
never
decade.
seen a golfer wearing Oakley sunglasses.
At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe some old guy that has them are laying around, but there's no one under the sun who's semi-new that wears Oakleys.
Bro, you are literally under a rock.
No way.
Yes. Way.
I could name
They're
you the
one
companies.
of like they're so relevant right now.
Dude, you're out of your mind if you say
I'm
they're
not
relevant.
out of my mind.
They were relevant when we were kids.
Legit.
People owned Oakleys. I don't know a single soul on the planet now that owns Oakleys or wears Oakleys.
God.
Now maybe in the climbing community, but outside of the climbing community, no one wears Oakleys. Who wears Oakleys?
Dude, Braindead just did like a huge collaboration with Oakleys. It's ongoing. They just redid like
So
the
maybe
Oakley
it's very
shoes.
relevant to you.
No.
But no, what I'm getting at is
No.
not that they're not relevant. It's that they're not what they used to be. That's what I'm
Evan,
getting at. Like
you're
when we were kids, Oakleys were everywhere.
They are still everywhere.
No way.
Yes.
No
way.
Way.
Yes. Way.
And here's how I know. No one of the youth is wearing Oakleys. No one of our age is wearing Oakleys. When we were kids were wearing Oakleys and their parents were wearing Oakleys.
This is all lies, dude.
Dude, this is Oakley propaganda by you.
Lies. It's not Oakley propaganda by me, dude. Ray-Bans are out. Oakleys are in. If you're wearing Wayfarers, you are a loser.
Dude, no one is
And
wearing Oakleys,
you need to get yourself
dude.
some sunglasses that make it look like you're running super duper fast.
Broads, I need to hear, are Oakleys still relevant at all? Or are they... Here's what I think Oakleys are now. Oakleys are laying around in an old box of yours. And when you go through stuff, you go to your mom's house and she's like, you left all your stuff from when you were a kid. You're like, oh, there's some Oakleys in there. Like, that's what Oakleys are now.
If you're that kid, go find that box and sell your pair of Oakleys. You'll
Sure.
make money.
I do know that those skull ones are definitely like really expensive.
Just the basic silver ones, dude.
The ones that I remember having I didn't have them, but I remember like wanting them was the clear ones. You remember those ones?
I'm telling you, if
The
you
kind of
Google
beefy
Oakley
ones?
right now, you're going to see it pop up.
I mean,
center.
the website will be available. I'm just
No,
saying,
like you'll realize how big it is. Type in Oakley golf. Just do me a favor, Evan. Oakley Golf.
This is not entertaining podcastery to Google
proving
Oakley Golf.
Proving anyone wrong is ridiculously entertaining to me.
Yeah, it's paramount.
It's the number one priority. If I am challenged on my opinion, my ultimate prerogative is to prove you the fuck wrong. And the poll, whether or not we're polling our audience, we're not going to find out for a little while. Well, I probably won't look because I know I'm right.
Here's what I will say. We can bring Oakley back.
We'll make Oakley relevant again today.
Boom, you just admitted that it's not relevant. Hey everyone, I tricked him into that one. It's an old classic judo move, where you say, "Hey, we should do this together." You get them weak, they join your team, and then you get them realize that they are wrong. So you guys just saw it here first, an absolute judo move.
No, I see what I did.
That was a judo right in your back.
I felt bad for you. What you're doing right now is small. For a big guy, you're acting really small right now. Let's move on.
Okay, broads, interrupting the bros. So when I think of my ultimate comfort food, it's warm, fresh baked bread. Yum. There's just something about bread that is so satisfying, but let's be real, I'm not trying to make bread from scratch right now, okay? I want to enjoy fresh baked bread without actually baking the bread. Is that too much to ask? Thank God Wild Grain does not think so. I know people say they are obsessed with things all the time, but broads, I'm telling you, I'm actually obsessed with Wild Grain, the first ever bake from frozen box for artisanal breads, rolls, pastries, and handmade pastas.
Okay, Wild Grain, it's all the reward of making bread with way less work. And they only use clean ingredients like unbleached and non-GMO flour. They utilize a slow sourdough fermentation process. It's better for you, and it tastes better than anything you're going to find on a grocery store shelf. It is bomb. And plus, it's nice because you can keep it in the freezer and, pop it in the oven, make a fresh baked loaf whenever you feel like it, really.
It's fantastic. Getting started is super simple. Just sign up and then choose which type of box you want to receive and how often. Then just sit back and wait. Once your delivery arrives, you'll get easy to follow instructions with your items, and you can even store everything in the freezer until you're ready to bake them. And when you're ready, just heat up and enjoy.
Hungry already? For a limited time, you can get $30 off your first box. Plus, you get free croissants in every box. They're bomb. Go to wildgrain.com/chatty. Start your subscription. You heard me. Free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/chatty. That's wildgrain.com/chatty, or you can use promo code chatty at checkout.
Oh, broads, we are captivated hearing about a real life drama. I'm talking everything from a Ponzi scheme to a hustle. And if you get as caught up with this thing as we do, okay, we've got something new for you, and that is Scamfluencers, a new podcast from Wondery.
Scamfluencers takes you behind the scene and tells shocking stories behind infamous influencers, and the scams that define them. Oh my gosh, there are some wild ones. The real estate scheme of Serena Shih. Serena arrived in Coachella Valley. She was in town to fundraise for her dream project, which was a 350-room lifestyle resort, the kind of place where each room comes with complimentary Botox treatments.
Sign me up for that one. But after raising a ridiculous amount of money, her investors grew weary with progress reports featuring doctored photos of construction sites. And before long, they would learn that there was no construction site, okay? No blueprints, no room service Botox. It was all a big, huge $22 million lie.
Oh my God.
You have to listen to find out more of the details on this one. Wow, it gets juicy.
I need to shift my career path as an influencer.
Yeah, what are you doing out here,
Oh
girl?
my goodness. Listen to Scamfluencers on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or listen 1 week early and ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app.
Let's move on.
Dude, this weekend I went to, I hung out with some family friends, kind of like an adoptive family of ours. They're like these couple and they're amazing. And they like let us come over to the house and just chill, and we barbecued and hung out. And they live in kind of a community where like older, kind of more retirees are. So the older retiree people were kind of hanging out in the neighborhood, and they kind of were cruising over and hanging out with us. And it's like, it was so funny because I'm there with my daughter. I'm there with people that are double my age. And I'm sitting there, like 30 minutes into a conversation talking about like the kind of gravel that would be good to put in a backyard. And I had this like existential moment where I was like, holy shit, I'm an old guy now.
Yes.
Like I remember distinctly being like 16 in a backyard at some barbecue and hearing my dad talk about that kind of stuff and being like, this is the most boring conversation anyone's ever had.
Do you remember becoming aware of like when Home Depot became like you found yourself going to Home Depot for one really quick item, but then you just took the time to go through every aisle?
Well, we know
every time.
We know that I am not the most handy guy in the world, so I definitely feel late to the game when it comes to like being that guy. But the last like 3 years, I've really dove in. So now all I can when I walk into my backyard, all I think about is like, ooh, what if we did this? What if we did this? And what if we moved the bench over there and let's get a new, cover for this? And I'm like, dude, I'm just becoming an old guy.
Curious though, circling back to the conversation, what kind of gravel do you feel is like the best backyard gravel?
I don't even know the name, but there was a name for it. It's a type of gravel that's not...
What's the kind of rocks?
It's like a type of gravel. It's not gravel, but it's like rocks. It's like kind of a white rock that's not dusty at all. And it goes down. Anyway, I was talking to a friend and they were like, you put white gravel down and then, you do the pavers and this whole thing. And I'm like so into it. I'm like taking pictures and I want to send it to him and be like, let's talk about this. And I'm thinking 5-6 years ago, if you were like, let's talk about backyard plans, it would have been like, this is the most boring conversation anyone's ever had.
But
and now I'm like,
fools.
I love it.
We were such ignorant fools. What I like to think about, some people call it gardening. I like to call it terramorphing.
You call it plate tectonics?
How do you feel about that?
I love that.
That's what's going on, dude. We're landscaping.
Is it terraforming? Terramorphing.
Morphing.
Oh, I like that.
Forming is what gods do, Evan.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. We're not creating anything.
You're not
we're
that
just
egotistical.
changing what's going on. Yeah. We're just morphing it.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just becoming the old guy. Do you feel that way too?
Definitely.
Like where you're sitting there having long conversations about something that like would have murdered your brain like 5 years earlier?
I think about the list of power tools that I need. The long list.
Exactly.
The various iterations of garage projects that I want to, like different ways, the subsequent ways in which I will organize my garage until I go from point A to like point G. Like there's a few iterations of like the first cleansing, the garage is going to get into this state.
Yeah.
And then eventually this modification is going to happen. Then, this build is going to happen over here. And then there's going to be a final form of the garage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm into this whole multiple layer thing. And what can I do versus what I have to pay for? Mm-hmm. And then you just become the old guy that's on your front lawn talking about like, what kind of garage you got? Well, the problem is the mower. You just become that old crotchety guy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how to do shit with my car, but that's major on my things to learn.
Is like car stuff.
Is auto stuff so that I can change my own oil because I don't know how to do it. I know how to change a tire. And I got to tell you, like when you learn, it's ridiculously simple. But when you're in like a setting where you realize you're the only person other than the AAA guy who knows how to fucking change a tire.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this stuff is crucial. Changing your oil is not hard. It just takes some time.
But don't you have to put the car up?
No, I don't think you have to jack your car up to change the oil. I think you just have to drain it into a pan. And then you have to take
you've heard it from we don't know how to do it.
And then you have to take it somewhere to be disposed of properly. Because you can't just put it in the drain.
Got it.
Or even the storm drain.
Yeah, it's like cooking oil or bacon grease, right? You have to like let it sit and then
throw it away.
Scoop it out into a trash. It's a whole thing. But no, dude, I feel like Ember's 6 now, and it's like I'm just starting to become like an old guy dad. Like when you're not chasing, like I feel like you're at that crux when it comes to the age wise, where it's like you're chasing 3-year-olds around. So you're still like baby town.
Ruth is getting smart.
That's what I'm saying. Ruth is in this zone where it's like she's starting to transform. Frank's baby town.
Not so much.
He's just having fun. He's just running around grabbing stuff. Ruth's on her way. Ember is like
Jess
6.
Is getting smart too.
Jess is getting really brave. She's learning her sight words. And she's eating solids, which is it's been a while, but she's getting there. She's got swim lessons coming up. She's very excited. But Ember is just like at this level now where it's like, oh, okay, she's functioning and she's having these conversations that are like super adult. And like the other day she just goes, Dad, you're driving me nuts. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's just saying these comments to me where, oh yeah, she manifests now.
She's a manifester.
She's manifesting now, but she doesn't really quite understand. Oh no, she also manifests and she lucid dreams. So she says, I'm going to lucid dream. It's like where she controls her dreams. So what she does is this.
Does she?
Yeah, so this is what she does. She has a real phobia of sleeping and thinking about laughs because she had like a nightmare that some guy was laughing in her dream, and so it really freaked her out. So she does this. This is no joke. She walks over to the mirror and she goes, okay, Ember, we're not going to dream about anyone laughing. We're not going to dream about scary people, no monsters, no bad things at all, and no laughing. So we're going to do that and we're going to have a good sleep. Okay. Good night. And then she kind of look at herself and be like throw a little, like she's like, oh, you look good. And then she'll walk back into the bed. And if I do anything to interrupt that, she goes, I have to start over again. And if I laugh during bedtime, it's over. She goes, Dad, stop laughing. I'm going to have nightmares now. But the problem is she says the funniest shit when she's in bed. So she's always saying a hilarious stuff to me. To where I go, like, I start busting up. And then she goes, Dad, do not. I got to start over. And she walks over to the mirror. Okay, hi, Ember. It's time to, like, it's insane.
Wild, dude.
Wild. And so smart. And she's just so on it. And, like, you know, I'm helping her with sight words now. And we're doing the word stuff. Or
what is this?
Sight words are like, you know, she's well into the sight words now, but now she's learning how to do bigger words. So it's like sight words are like cat, dog, you know, stuff that you can look at quickly and just be like, I don't have to sound that out anymore. I've seen it, mom, dog, cat, the whole thing.
Nike, goosey.
But then you start getting into the 4, 5, 6 letters, and then you kind of got to start. So she's in that world now and sounding all those out and kind of learning to read. And then she's getting good with numbers too. She's really good with numbers too. So she's nailing like Dad, do you know what this is with plus this is? And I'm like, you're not going to know that. And then she nails it. And I'm like, she's 6.
How long until she's...
How long? Because I remember, I don't know if you remember this. I remember the moment my parents were like, I don't even know what I can't help you here.
I can't help you.
Like, I remember that moment.
That age gets younger and younger.
100%. 100%. So I do not know what that age will come, but I just remember like my dad being like, well, shoot, I have no idea.
So let's see, what grade do we think is like the safe cutoff of where you think like you actually have to be in school to know this knowledge? Where like what you're learning is no longer
when will we start being really challenged?
Yeah.
I think like 8th, 9th grade.
I think you're being really generous to yourself.
Do you think it's earlier?
I think so. I mean, I needed a tutor in 8th and 9th grade. You know what I mean? Like you have to actually like know stuff in 8th and 9th grade. Yeah, but I do feel like it's a lot of logic. I guess where I struggle is history. History's hard. I'm bad at history, dude. History's a log. I mean, dude, I did history my whole time in school.
I was never a history guy.
I was never too great at memorize. For someone who really likes history, I like the stories. I was not good at memorization. No, for me,
it was like my brain just never grabbed it.
I feel like there's reasons like once you start getting into like after school study programs. It's too advanced. That's middle school.
Okay.
So I think 5th grade.
Should we do some testing?
Yeah.
I bet there's like questions we could look up.
Let's find out.
That's like,
Evan,
like what level we're at. Okay.
Smarter than a 5th grader.
Right. This year on NBC.
Welcome. Welcome.
What's a good grade? You want to do 5th grade? Well, let's okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm looking at this website. It's like 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
We should make this into a not right now, but we should make this into a drinking game.
Oh, dude, some of these math ones are kind of tough. Like, if I throw this at you right now, you're definitely going to be like, wait a second.
I don't think you should be allowed to start playing this game unless you've had three drinks.
Right.
Because
So that
then you're confident.
Well, no, not only are you confident, but then you have an excuse if you mess it up. You're like, I've been drinking, man. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to pull this up, this website, and I'm going to ask you a couple, and then you can ask me a couple. So maybe you, on your phone, you look at a different one. Look up like
Are you smarter than
fifth
a
or
fifth
sixth
grader?
grade or something like that.
Don't go. Why would you suggest sixth grade? We just said
Okay,
fifth.
all right, fifth grade.
Are you
I'm
looking
gonna go
at
fourth
sixth grade questions?
Okay, I'm going to look up a fourth.
Don't be mean in those ways. Don't be mean in the way where you're going to ask me fourth grade questions.
But say,
because you, but also
No, I
sixth.
promise
Those
this
are
is real.
For real fifth grade. And California fifth grade, okay? I don't need some European fifth grade knowledge.
No. Okay.
We all know they're smarter.
All right, here we go. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
How many days are in a leap year?
364.
Incorrect. 365 is a regular year.
Yeah,
Right?
don't you skip a day in a leap
No, it
year?
says 366. So you add it.
Playing with my mind.
So already, all right, love that. We're good. Now you hit me with one.
Okay. If you need half a cup of flour and you only have a quarter cup measuring cup,
Yeah.
how many times do you need to use it to get the right amount of
2.
flour? That's correct. It's like fifth grade math isn't too challenging.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I thought the word problem might get you.
What? Yeah. I remember word problems. That was a nightmare because it was like taking a simple problem
That's
and
a
making
fucking
it
word
so
problem.
difficult.
That's a fucking word problem right there.
Okay, what do we call the angle less than 90 degrees?
Acute.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Thank you. Here's one for you, Evan.
Okay.
Which language is the most widely spoken language in South America? The most widely used language.
Is it Spanish in South America? Portuguese?
Spanish.
I was gonna say Spanish, but I was like, that felt too easy. That felt too easy.
It fucks with you, dude. That's like the leap year question. Where
That's like it's too easy.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. How many sides does a heptagon have?
Heptagon.
You know, there's like teachers fifth grade teachers that are screaming at us right now.
Yeah, but you know how many times you encounter a heptagon in life?
I don't know. I mean, as many times as you probably encounter a lot of other.
I'm guessing 11.
7.
7. A
7.
heptagon?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, you know what? I was literally did octagon, nonagon, hectagon.
Okay, you hit me now.
Okay. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from where?
France.
Fuck, I didn't think you'd know that.
And it was originally copper or like all bronze
Well,
bronze or something like that.
I take that back. Who invented the light bulb?
Edison.
Yeah, I take that one back.
What are
too.
similar sounding words called? This is a good one.
Similar sounding words?
Yes.
Where it just sounds the same as another word?
This is good.
What is a similar sounding
Yes,
word?
this is a good one. This is a good one. I knew this was a good one. Because it's a little bit of a mind fuck. You're like,
A
ooh.
word that sounds like another word.
Yes, exactly. What is that?
I don't know.
Homonym.
A homonym.
See, there's like synonyms and there's homonyms.
You know what my friend told me this weekend is the highest level of problem solving is knowing when to ask for help, admitting you're wrong.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
I didn't know
All right,
there. I
me.
wasn't going to take a shoot in there. I was just being honest there. And, you know, that's vulnerable. I just showed something really vulnerable.
I'm just being honest, and I just feel like I need to be.
I was in the wrong grade. My questions were in the wrong grade. I was asking you first grade questions.
Stop.
Which
No,
languages?
you weren't.
I literally was. Look at here. History, social study questions, first grade. Which language is the most widely spoken language in South America? Spanish.
I got
that
first
one
grade
wrong. You got that one wrong. I should get extra points
I thought I was
for that.
nailing this. I was feeling so
I should
good.
get
All right,
extra.
go to
I
fifth
was
grade.
in the wrong one. Yeah, fifth grade just got super
Just amped
weird.
up.
I hope you're ready to get fucked right now.
All right, hit me.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll choose this one because it's close to my heart, and I went to the college named after them. But who commissioned the Lewis and Clark expedition?
What?
Who commissioned it?
I have no idea.
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, I would have never known that.
Mm-hmm. He commissioned it.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at this too. Like, look at this is like.
I don't feel like okay. We need to choose.
None of these are. We're not going to name any of these.
We need to pick like right now. I'm in history questions, so then you should ask me like something like that. And then
which is the largest
English/language arts questions?
Okay, which is the largest South American country in terms of area?
Brazil.
You're right, Brazil. Nice.
Here we go. I like this one. And you should know this from your days as a little Bible boy. Where was the region known as the Fertile Crescent located? Also,
the Middle East.
Sexual.
It's the Middle East.
Yeah.
Like, are they saying specifically like Iran, Iraq, or
the
like
Middle
something
East.
like that?
No, that's
the
just
Middle East.
Fertile
Oh, okay,
Crescent.
got it. Fertile Crescent. Yeah, Middle East. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
In which year? That's probably a little hard.
No, go for it. Shoot it.
In which year was the first computer invented?
I'm going to say 1964. 1969, 1943.
43.
It's even younger. Shit.
We'll look at some more questions. This is fascinating. I wish there were just better questions. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean,
these are like hard. Like there's people. They're asking me like, who wrote this? I've never even heard of the people.
oh, I now understand this question. It's like, what is the this for this?
Okay.
A, B, or C. But the way they wrote it didn't have the A, B, or C.
Okay.
And I thought it was all three of them. But
Okay, hit me.
what is the antonym for beautiful? Pretty, gorgeous, or ugly?
Ugly.
Yeah, that's correct. That's an easy one I gave
That
it to
is
you.
kind of easy. You should have said what is an antonym for
So
beautiful.
this is so that question is in this one. This is also another easy one. Which word means to radiate, spin, kill, or glow?
Glow.
That is correct.
What are animals without backbones?
Invertebrates.
Nice. That's a good kid. That's a good one. That's like one of those ones like you had to remember.
For a second, I was like, wait, does that mean their backbones are on the outside? Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with one more because I got a
Okay.
good one here. Can you name the island which is considered both an island and a continent?
Australia.
Yep. Nice.
Thank you. Often seen at the end of a sentence, the three trailing dots that indicate the omission from speech or writing of a word or words that is superfluous or able to be understood from contextual clues are known as, it's the ...
It's
three trailing dots.
oh my God. My brain.
I would not have known the answer to this,
It's
just so you know. I always thought it was called ...
Right. It's
I'm serious. I've never known the name for
what
this.
is this? I don't know.
An ellipsis.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got that, to be honest with you.
I would never have gotten that.
Ooh, this is a good one. And I know the answer to this one.
Okay.
And it's always been a weird one I knew the answer to that I felt was weird. But I'd be interested to know if you know this. A, an, and the in the English language. What are those called? I've always known this for some reason. Like, always. And I don't know. It's like one of the few things I know about this kind of shit. A, an, and the.
I don't know.
Articles.
I was never good at grammar.
Articles. Me too. I'm
Literally
bad.
so bad at grammar.
Okay.
I like these. Okay, now I'm into more sciencey stuff. Okay. This is a little maybe too easy, but why do you often see? That's literally this is like one of these sentences on this thing where I'm reading it and I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you often see lightning before you hear the thunder?
Well, because
that's the literal. Why?
Because light travels faster than sound.
Very good, Evan.
Yeah. So thunder is delayed because sound is slow comparative to what the light, at least.
Is the lightning creating the thunder sound?
Yes. It's the boom. It's just sound travels so much slower than light.
Sometimes there's thunder without lightning.
Probably because it's hidden by the clouds or something. But like, it's lightning hitting something, creating like a boom, and then it just takes a while. That's why. Did you know that you can tell how close the lightning is due to how when you see it, and then you can count each second is a mile roughly.
That makes a lot more sense.
So when you see lightning and you go boom, you can go 1, 2, boom, about 2.5 miles. Roughly.
That makes way more sense to me now.
Yeah. What is the Roman symbol for 1,000?
An M?
Yes, nice. That's really good. Okay.
Millennium, my guy. Do you know what Will Smith's symbol for the millennium is? A W for Willennium.
Oh my gosh.
And that album did not slap nearly as hard as Big Willie
And
Style.
do you know what Harrison Ford's symbol is?
The Ford Motors.
Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium
Pretty good.
Falcon.
Pretty good. Oh, this is a crazy one. What does AM stand for? Like AM, PM, AM.
PM.
And you could also say, what does PM stand for? So either of those, if you know either of them.
I don't know, dude.
AM is ante-meridian and PM is post-meridian. Let's do one more.
Well, do you know that Meridian Falcon was almost the name?
Oh, bro, some of these math ones are like, get out of here.
Okay, wait. Here's 5th grade. What are these? What question is this? Geography questions.
Oh my God.
5th grade geography.
I'm bad.
Which country is closer to Asia, Canada or the United States?
United States.
That is correct.
Because Alaska is closest to Russia, which is then closest.
That is correct.
You know what's interesting? The reason I know that, I mean, obviously I could have figured it out, but I did know that because I watched some random little video the other day where they were talking about how we don't realize how close we are to Russia. We're 88 kilometers.
Oh, yeah.
Because we always look at a map like this and Russia's over here and America's over here. But when you connect them, Alaska's like really close to like rural Russia.
The Siberian.
Right.
Yeah.
It's right there. I think it's safe to say we're not smarter than a fifth grader.
Probably not.
Because that was kind of a poor showing. I would say
Except this isn't smartness. This is, again,
we don't have to defend it, man. It's okay.
I know that I'm smarter than a stupid little 5th grader. Okay? Some idiot child who doesn't know anything about the real world.
Smart.
Okay? Does that kid understand about utility bills? No. Does that kid have any concept of what life is actually like?
You know how smart it takes to understand a utility bill? They send the bill and then you pay it.
Do you know how slow life is coming at that stupid little kid? It's fucking really slow, okay? I know that I'm smarter than that kid just because I can't answer these questions that they have, it's flashcards. These are flashcard questions.
Sure.
That's not intellect.
Right. You tell them, dude.
Yeah.
You tell those 5th graders.
Don't have me on the show, okay?
You know what's funny? I didn't go super far in math, but I went to calculus 2, which is like farther than maybe like the general populace goes. The other day, I went to calculus 2 in college. The other day, there was like I had to divide a like 4 or 5 digit number by another 4 or 5 digit number, and I didn't remember how to do long division. I literally couldn't do it. I had to like find my phone and do it.
It's hard.
And I was like, I don't even remember how to do long division. I don't remember how to add these up in this certain way. And I was like, dude, a 4th grader could like fuck me up right now. And I might be lost. If my phone was dead and I needed to divide these numbers, like I'm done.
It doesn't make...
I don't remember how it goes. I'm like, this is embarrassing.
Just be able to do that shit, dude.
Easy.
Long division
3,000 divided by 468. Go.
Any fucking number divided by any number.
Now it's like, I don't know how to do it.
Remainder, too. I gave you the remainder.
The remainder. Squaring things, no problem.
Remainder 5. Just drop it on there.
Right.
Long division tests were the test where I'd get like 100%. And then negatives got introduced. That fucked my day up. The negative carrying down that stupid little negative.
The little negatives.
My day up, dude.
Dude, I remember. What was your toughest?
And just like we said right now, you know how much of that shit fucking matters anymore? It doesn't matter at all. Because
unless you're a engineer,
because of technology.
Then it really matters.
Yeah, really? You think engineers aren't using technology to
they
engineer?
They are, but that you had to get good at it to
I'm
keep
over
going.
here. I'm like,
you're like, we don't need this shit.
You don't need to know the basics to be able to do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have it. Okay.
You have it ready to go.
It. Just how do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do whatever it is that you want to do? You type it into your phone and it tells you how to do it.
Hey man, you don't figure out, hire someone. Hire
Honestly,
an assistant. Just YouTube everything.
YouTube everything, dude. Everyone just get a smartphone and it's smart for you. You don't have to be smart.
3-year-old. Do you want to figure it out? YouTube it.
And honestly, how bad of an existence would it be if the human race was just like, we just became like the human race depicted in WALL-E? How bad would it really be? I've
seen that movie.
You never seen WALL-E?
No.
We live in like sick recliner chairs that float around, and we're all kind of gross, but we all sort of live in this like virtual world.
Yeah.
And we're just like fed things.
Love that.
And we just are like reclined and sedated all the time and just entertained.
Kind of feel like I'm already living that life a little bit.
It's pretty sick, except the difference is that we all still have like a massive guilt complex about it. And we're like living somewhat in denial.
Because we're like, we shouldn't be doing that.
They're not living in denial. But WALL-E takes part of the transition where they're sort of like upset about what they're doing again.
Some people are like, we should stop this.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious though about like those generations that didn't really have...
Yeah.
They were like, this is sick.
Right. Well... It's like The Matrix. Do you remember when they would go into that thing and they went to like the place and everyone's like in their own, it's basically VR and everyone's like in that zone and they're living their life and, When
they're all the embryos.
Exactly.
They're just like in the slurpage and they're just
in
like...
the goop and they're living their lives.
And all the machines' batteries are being charged by the synapses happening from our fucking like
would you want out or would you want to stay in the Matrix?
This is the Matrix.
Okay, chill, stoner guy. Okay,
I don't know, but I'm saying the Matrix isn't one of Ember's lucid dreams. The Matrix is working in 9 to 5 as like a CPA.
Oh, dude, you gotta stop that. Dude, you're grateful for those CPAs.
I am. But
if they said fuck the Matrix.
Keanu Reeves, I mean, look at his job before he got woken up, before he got asked red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, what was he doing again?
He was working in a fucking cubicle.
Right.
And he was working he was a hacker.
Okay, question.
Hackers in the 90s, so sick.
Remember when the guy in the Matrix, he wanted back in?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? And he was like, he was fighting along with Keanu and they were out in the real world. They were fighting. He's just like, I'm over this. So that he sold information, right, to Mr. Anderson. And he's like, I know the steak isn't real, but man, it tastes good. Remember that whole thing? Would you be that guy if you got out? If you were curious and then you got out and then you realized you're like living in this scummy machine fighting these machines? No. Or would you be like, put me back in and let's just chill in the Matrix?
No, dude, I would not go back into the Matrix. Once I knew, you could never unknow.
But if you were just to live back and you're living your life again.
Do you know did you see the new Matrix?
The new one I heard was horrific. I didn't.
Oh,
I heard
seriously?
It was so bad.
Oh, no.
Everyone I talked to said it was like it ruined the franchise.
Okay, if you heard that it was bad, just watch it.
Oh, okay.
I won't tell you anything.
I will say this. I saw the preview. It made me really not want to watch it. The graphics and everything just looked so
I didn't watch anything like that, and I watched it, and I was like, this is so fun.
Oh, okay.
I see anyone who says that this killed the Matrix...
Didn't see the third one.
Anything after Matrix 1 killed the Matrix.
Number 2 was like, okay. 3 was horrific.
3 was one of the worst, most
So you're saying this new one was better than like the third one?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
In my mind. It wasn't, dude, the first Matrix is not like complex.
It's an untouchable movie though. It's amazing.
It's incredible. But the first Matrix is like, reality as you know it isn't reality as you know it. And then the second and third movie, they're like, now let's really define the parameters of that reality we don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder to sell than just, there's more to life as you see it.
That's true.
Things aren't what they seem to be. You're like, yeah, there's a lot of movies made off that. It really would have been like
an amazing one movie.
Yeah.
Just by itself.
It should have been. That was never set up to be more. They just tried to cash out on an amazing thing. So this simplifies. This is like, did you hate it's not A New Hope, but it's like when they did the new Star Wars and they just did A New Hope all over again with when they brought back Harrison Ford. And
oh, yeah.
Did you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's kind of like that.
Got it.
It's like they do the first movie.
Yeah, it's a vibe, and it's all a bunch of like callbacks and everything.
So it's fun.
Really riveting stuff here for you guys. A little bit of a Matrix rabbit hole.
Aside from whether or not you think Oakleys are relevant, I want to know whether or not you guys think the Matrix, the latest Matrix, is
it's like
good.
The most niche question.
I'm actually blown away by hearing that people didn't like it.
Everyone I talked to was like, "Don't even watch it. It's horrific."
You know what I found out recently? I want to bring in some positivity. Keanu Reeves once again making headlines.
What's going on with K-Dog?
I don't know. I looked up. Rarely, Evan asked me what we wanted to talk about today, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just look up."
We were chatting. We were like, usually we have a plan. We were a little, as you can tell, this one was a little sporadic.
Keanu Reeves has nothing but positivity to put into the world.
Every headline of his is like, I was on a plane randomly and he was like amazing. He bought us all dinner, and you're like, well, stories are endless about this guy.
So headlines from the weekend. One of the headlines is simply that someone witnessed Keanu Reeves get stopped by a kid at the airport. He was traveling, and the kid asked to take a photo with Keanu. And then Keanu's like, yeah, I'll take a photo with you. And then the kid just started like rapid firing questions. And Keanu answered all his questions and then started asking the kid a bunch of questions.
Oh.
And they just like had, a little intimate moment in exchange. And someone was so taken aback by it, they filmed the shit, or they like transcribed it onto whatever, Twitter or something. So it's like a whole thing. And then he asked to take a photo with Keanu. And he was like, yeah.
So Keanu has like a million legendary stories of like, oh yeah, one time we were on a plane, and then the plane had to do an emergency landing, and so we took like a bus over to the other airport. We were all on the bus together, and he was hanging out with everybody. But I wonder if like now he's a legend for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like before, he was just able to be like this inconspicuous celebrity that blew people's minds, but now you can't have an off day because you're legendarily the guy who's nice.
Dude, so
everything okay?
I'm just like, to give the example, Keanu Reeves is embarrassed by the money he's made.
But you hear what I'm saying though? If there's like a level of like even you just walk around and like there's going to be a day that you will just be like, oh, you're bothered by somebody who does something. Somebody cuts you off in line, right? And you're going to be like, oh, this guy, right? Keanu now has to maintain super nice guy levels, or else he'll be like the biggest dick ever. Like now, it would make massive headlines if Keanu was like, dude, not now, shut up.
Yeah, I was just reading some of this stuff. It was like he bought all the stuntmen who worked with him on John Wick motorcycles.
Right.
He gave people, anyone who works with him on a movie just gets like ridiculous bonuses from him.
Right. But you get what I'm saying though, is like now you have the pressure of being the nice guy. So it's kind of sketchy because it's like,
it's kind of like gifts on Oprah show.
You're expecting a nice gift, and if she gives you like some random gift bag, you're like, dude, the last guy people got Priuses.
Literally the minivans.
Right.
Everyone's waiting for the minivan.
Right.
gift.
And then you show up and they're like, you're getting a vacuum. And you're like,
though, incredible concept. What are they going to get as a gift on Oprah?
Yes.
Insane. I mean, dude, that was legendary.
Couldn't you see Keanu Reeves being a show host?
That's like a dead thing. Absolutely. That's like not a big thing anymore either.
What?
For like us when we were kids, like the idea of like getting on a talk show like that.
Huge.
Also like a show like Oprah.
Talk shows are kind of dead.
That's what I feel like.
Kimmel, Letterman, Conan, Leno, those were massive when we were growing up.
The thing is, everyone watched them.
Yes.
It wasn't like now
11 o'clock every night.
You just have cable. Like now you watch it like when you're in a motel.
I guess it's because before streaming.
It was pre-streaming. Even like late night with like Conan O'Brien.
All you young broads don't know what we're talking about. This was huge.
Not like dedicated to it like we were.
It was just like what you did at night. Because on the TV there was like, that's kind of what was on.
Watching SNL.
We're sounding so old, by the way.
Are we, dude?
Yes, we're sounding very old.
I mean, at least I know that Oakleys are hip with the youth.
Please, we need to put up like a bros questionnaire that says like, are Oakley's popping right now? Yes or no? Because absolutely not.
You're about to get tapped into the youth. Ember's going to tap you into the youth in like a whole different level. You'd better not get her. I'm like, part of me wants to be like, get her a phone now. And the other part of me is like, don't ever let her have one.
I'm on the don't do the phone until much later in life.
Can you imagine Ember with fucking...
She's outside. She's just like, I know. And he just doesn't get us.
Half her phone calls are real. Half of them are totally fake.
Oh, so she used to grab my phone when she was like 3 or 4, and she'd just walk around and be like, they don't know what's going on. Or, yeah, he'll be back in a while. You just hear her say like random shit like that.
If you tell Ruth, Becca's dad jokes around, he's like, if you want to know what a kid's household is like, he goes, hand him a phone and tell him to have a conversation.
It's funny you bring this up.
And they'll just repeat whatever.
Dude, 100%. A friend of mine was a first grade teacher.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned...
And they'd play phone. And the kids would just be like, how come you're always working? You're always bugging me.
You never do this. You always act like this.
Exactly. Well, if you did this once, I wouldn't have to deal with you. And then she said that the parents would come to pick the kids up, and she'd be like, well, I know all about you, and I know what's going on in your marriage, and I know what's happening with you. And like, because the kids would just go off.
Funny.
That's really funny.
This is why my kids will be homeschooled, so they don't ever have to be embarrassed by some 5th grade fucking meet and greet.
Anyway, we're not as smart as 5th grade.
America.
I know, it's so weird. Well, next week, we start Le Bachelorette.
Le Bachelorette.
Le Bachelorette.
Le Bachelorettes.
I'm excited.
It's plural, dude. We get...
Oh, it's true. Le Batches.
2 is better than 1. We'll find out.
And they're doing it
at the same time. No one's going to understand the intricacies of how you balance 2 bachelorettes.
2 bachelorettes is wild.
As many times as there's going to be that they both fall in love with the same guy, there's going to be so many guys who are in love with both of the women. And it's just going to be, I predict, wonderfully disastrous.
What's interesting is they already have been in love with the same guy before. So
I didn't even
does
think about
that increase the chances of them falling in love with the same guy again?
They also both hate the same guy now.
Right, but that kind of bonds you together. Does that kind of create you guys now have a similar type?
Do we see in a modern world a throuple walking off of this?
That would be the ultimate. The ultimate show ender would be they all live together and they have an open relationship.
They both choose the same dude.
Yes. And they're like, it's okay. It's all love,
now,
baby.
Does he call Neil in?
Neil,
does he propose to both women?
Here's what he does. You ready? Both the women are sitting there. Instead of bowing to one knee, he gets on both. He's been bending. He has 2 rings.
Yeah.
He just falls down to both knees and goes, will you marry me? Will y'all marry me?
That's a power play and a half
move.
Right there.
And then they're like, I wasn't ready. I thought you were going to choose. Well, I guess The Bachelorette's most insane season yet.
Yeah.
They always do that. Then it really would be the most insane season.
Could you imagine Jesse Palmer having to deal with this?
He's just like, you guys, I did not see this.
He would be like, no way. Yeah. No way.
He'd say some sort of joke like, well, that is a double trouble. Am I seeing double? You know, there's going to be a lot of that shit.
Yes,
there's going to be a lot of bad. Sure am I seeing double? Terrible.
He'd make the worst.
Are my eyes that bad?
It'd be a cheeseburger joke.
It'd be a straight up cheeseburger,
drunk
fries,
joke or
animal
a cheeseburger
style
joke, like blurry.
Yeah,
blurry
it's
vision.
Be a lot of that. We're excited though.
A double play.
It's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
I wonder, should we rehash the war on A-Rod?
I think we should get into that. I think we should also.
Well, Benefer's a thing now.
Did you see that his kid backed up a Lamborghini? So they were at a Lamborghini dealership, and the kid got into the car, like the 12-year-old.
Ben Affleck's kid?
Yeah, and he backed the car up into another Lamborghini, like a $300,000 car, and like crushed it.
Why do they have the keys just in the showroom?
I don't know. The
models.
Kid, no, they were outside, and J-Lo was in the car. So I think they were doing the thing where they were probably checking the car out, and then he just hops in and just like, whang, and just backs up into another car.
I did not see this.
Yeah.
That's when you show off to J-Lo.
Exactly.
And you go, don't worry, babe.
Don't worry, babe.
I was Batman for a reason.
Your boy was Batman. Now,
I
did it
did
do
the-
that well? No, but it's okay.
I was the worst Batman for one reason.
I was
and
the
one
worst
reason
Batman at all
only.
times, so my kids would love me. Well, we're really excited for next week, and it's gonna be sick. And I'm excited to have like the vision ahead of us. I'm excited to jump back in. It's gonna be dope.
I'm excited. You know what? We're gonna have. You're gonna know what you're getting.
Yes.
Well, you guys never really knew what you were getting.
Yeah,
when we
and you
covered
still
The
don't.
Bachelor.
And we
Anyway,
always say we're gonna do it, and then it's a nightmare.
You don't know what we're gonna get. It's just gonna be classic bros.
Classic Bros, just a shit show.
Absolute shit show.
But that's what you love us, you know.
That's what we're here
We're
for.
just chaos. Chaos.
I'm still
energy.
waiting on our theme song.
It's been 2 years, no theme
It's
song
been
still.
so long, you guys. I don't even know if they're still listeners, but if they are, I'm so thoroughly
I'm
disappointed.
so disappointed. But maybe we'll get that done before.
Do we have any packages? We don't have time for one package. It's always so much fun.
All right, let's do one package.
So much fun when we do the packages. I haven't been getting that many either. It's because we haven't been doing it. If we do them, we get them. It's like Christmas when we do this. It's literally my favorite. I have. Okay. First up, manila envelope. Plug something, plug something. This one's coming from Minneapolis. Look, I said one package. Look at you. You're so excited. Ooh. Oh. Postcards and stamps. Fuck yeah, I need stamps all the time. Hey bros, I'm plugging on behalf of my sweet friend. Oh, this is a friend promoting a friend's thing.
Cute.
Who curates these incredible Polaroid mosaic pieces. He has been honing his technique for the last year, and we are both so excited about his progress. We live in Minneapolis, and on top of being an artist, Joshua is an attorney who represents protesters pro bono for free.
Whoa.
Both of these jobs can be thankless, and I am so proud of him. If you like these postcards, please send them to your friends. Wow. Joshua daydreams about these images flying around the world and likes to imagine where they'll end up. That's actually kind of sweet.
It's very sweet.
That's really romantic.
Very cute.
It would mean the world to me if the bro squad gave him a follow on the gram. At Joshua P. Preston. Thanks for all you do. Look at these, Evan. They're pretty.
Those are.
And she gave us some stamps with which to send the cards around. They're pretty sweet postcards, you guys.
Very cool. Thanks for sending those in.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I love that
what
it's
we
on
got
behalf
here?
of a friend. That's so sweet.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
What's going on there?
This is a vibe here. Okay. Hi, bros. I'm an OG broad and artist, and I would love for you all to have some of my art prints. I specialize in quirky animal portraits and bootylicious Shreks and 90s nostalgia art. I also paint pet portraits. My shop is Ebb and Flow Studio, named after me and my toddler. I have an ugly website, so here's my socials and Etsy. It's Ebb and Flow Studio. It's etsy.com/Ebb Flow Studio and Facebook/Ebb Flow Studio, Instagram/Ebb Flow Studio. Look at these pictures, dude. These are awesome.
See, I'm telling you, it's always so much fun when we do Plug Somethin.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Look at.
I love this. I was really hoping
What is this? Is this a Furby?
Yeah, that's a Furby. I was really hoping to see a bootylicious Shrek.
I
though.
know, but these
Don't
are
tease
sick.
me about the bootylicious Shrek.
These are awesome. I like the Furby in like some sort of. This is amazing. Flow Studios, nice. Thanks for sending that in. That's awesome. Okay, little candy for the boys. You want the Starburst or the
Hell
Skittles?
yeah.
Starburst or Skittles?
much. I honestly don't care.
Me neither. All right. Ooh. Okay. Hi, Evan and Gray. My sister and I absolutely love listening to your podcast. You two are our favorite comic relief each week. We started our small clothing company, Fritzette, during the pandemic to sell handmade and secondhand clothes with the goal of encouraging sustainability in the fashion industry. Our handmade pieces are designed and sewn by us, Elizabeth and Marie. Our Deja Vu collection is a carefully curated line of secondhand pieces that are looking for a new home. The 2 pieces included for Becca and Jess are part of our handmade collection, and the pieces for you are a part of our Deja Vu collection. We hope you love our brand. You can find us on Instagram at @shopfritzet. So it's @shop FRITZET.
I'm so excited.
And at fritzet.com. Thanks, Elizabeth and Marie. Oh, this is cool.
Evan and I really like to wear the clothes that people send us all day.
Oh, bro. This is good shit here. Hold on. Okay, so this is the girls, I think. Let me see. Yes, this is Jess and Becca underneath here. So we get these 2. Wow. Bro.
I really have to keep the mic away because I'll be starburst.
Look at this. This is nice.
Yo,
nice
that's
shirt.
sick.
Nice shirt. Ooh. 2 nice shirts.
These are both tight.
Secondhand vibes, but they look at okay.
Is that a Pendleton shirt?
That's Vans something. The vibe though.
It's
And then the
definite
ladies
vibe.
have their hand. So the ladies got the like custom made thing. Look, it's like
Okay, let's
2
see
different
the
colors.
custom stuff.
I'm gonna leave that in there, but it's
What are they?
beautiful. Here, look. This is for Jess.
Definitely don't leave that in there. Let's see this.
Okay. Oh, cool.
I don't know what that is. It has a matching scrunchie.
Has a
you guys.
matching scrunchie on there.
And Becca's is a blue
I
version.
think this
of
is
that.
Becca's.
Denim.
Wow, it has like attached notes. You guys
Yo.
killed this, man.
This is key.
I'll be honest with you. You guys killed this.
Yeah,
Fritzette.
this is
it's
mad.
like really high quality, nice note, the whole thing. Sorry for taking so long to open some of these. This is probably you sent us this a while ago. This is awesome.
But the point is that we'll get to them
So
eventually.
we will get to them, and we're gonna start opening these up more regularly. Really cool,
Look at that, you guys.
beautiful stuff.
Thank you. And thank you
Thanks
so
for-
much for the Starburst.
Thanks for the Starburst. Thanks for this little guy. Thanks for everything, guys. We
Also, the
appreciate you. Oh, these are the
Skittles I
girls
bought
right here.
Ruth Skittles recently. Skittles are fucking banging,
Amazing.
dude.
I think
I hadn't had Skittles in so long, and I was like, oh, actually, these kind of fuck with Skittles.
At Shop Fritzette. Look at these ladies right here. The owners.
Fritzette.
Very cool. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all. Love you very much. And we will see you next week at the start of The Bachelorette.
Love